Hi everyone! Today I wanted to make a video about the exciting announcements that were made at this past weekend's D23 event. And if you are a complete Disney nerd, words, like me, then you've probably followed the coverage and you probably know what's happening. So it's kind of like an announcement of what they've said, just kind of repeating. So it's not really announcing, it's just kind of like going over what they said. And also just kind of my reactions. Not kind of, I'm gonna get rid of it. In this video I'm only talking about Disneyland. I grew up on the West Coast. I was born and raised in Washington State, so we would go to California and go to Disneyland like every single year. So first of all, this shirt, the obvious and most exciting announcement is the 14-acre expansion of Star Wars Land. First of all, I kind of hope they come up with another name for it. They said it's going to be based on a new land, or like a new planet from the new movies. So I'm hoping that the land is going to be named whatever this planet is called. From what I have heard, there's going to be 2 rides. One of them is going to let you pilot the Millennium Falcon, which is just like mind-blowing. How are they going to do that? I don't know. And then the second one is going to be a fight. You're going to be in like a battle between the First Order and the Resistance. And both of those are really vague, but they also sound really cool at the same time. I know there's also going to be a cantina, and I'm wondering if that's going to be like the Tomorrowland stage that used to be there, where there was like dancing and performances and like maybe the weird music and that you see in the movies, like the original trilogy, or if they're gonna have bands and do performances there, like they do at the Tomorrowland Terrace. There was a question of would there be alcohol at the cantina, and I don't know. There's no alcohol in Disneyland except for in Club 33, and you have to be a member, of course, and that's really expensive, and you're on a wait list for like years. And I think that they don't want to take away like the exclusivity of being a member and getting to drink alcohol in Disneyland because you're a fancy member of Club 33, or if they're going to have alcohol at the cantina in Star Wars Land. Walt didn't want alcohol at the parks. In Disneyland anyway, since that was his original park, and they've tried to keep that with the exception of Club 33. And I don't know if, I'm kind of mixed up on my timelines if Walt was around when Club 33 was made, and that was just something that he like okayed, or if that was an executive decision that was made afterward. I'm not quite sure. So that is what is happening for Star Wars Land. The location of it has been unspecified. If you follow a lot of like the rumor blogs and stuff, then you might have read like, oh, they're going to take out Toontown, they're going to take out Big Thunder Ranch, all of those rehearsal stages back behind the park, that's going to be used. All of that may or may not be true. Toontown is very young. I know that it is in some dire need of repair. Some of the paint on like the mountains in the back is peeling. It hasn't gotten anything new in a really long time. A couple of things have just been closed down and are sitting, like the Chippendale, like there was a ball pit that hasn't been used and it's just sitting there. But I know that it's got that like the Gadgets Go coaster for little kids, and you kind of need like a roller coaster for little kids because you gotta have fun when you're too short to ride the Matterhorn or anything like that. So they might keep it, they might not. We don't know. They did not specify a location in their announcement. They also did not specify a date, an opening date. I'm gonna guess 2018. Like summer 2018, they're gonna unveil it. Or maybe even like not even until the end of the new trilogy that's coming out. Like maybe it doesn't open until the end of the 9th movie. I don't know, but to tide you over until then, in spring of 2016, I've got like notes written down here, they are doing a Season of the Force, and they also did not specify a date, but if it's in the spring, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be around May 4th, like May the 4th. May the Force be with you. And during that time, there is going to be the Star Wars launch bay in Tomorrowland, and I think that's taking over Innoventions, which is also going to share space with the Superhero HQ, which is going to have permanent meet and greets for Thor and Captain America, and a reimagined, like redone exhibit on how you can try out all the new Stark technologies. Like if you were in Innoventions before, then you used to be able to do like a virtual, like put on the suit, and you could see all of the suits kind of lined up everywhere, and it was really cool, but it was kind of like, alright, cool, Iron Man suits. And then the meet and greets for Captain America and Thor were very kind of, they were impressive because they were just plopped into the Innoventions building, but they were kind of, they looked very temporary also. So these are going to be more permanent meet and greets, and that should be opening to the public later this year. I think the Star Wars launch bay isn't gonna open. Either there is and it's going to be very minimal until the Season of the Force, or it's not going to open at all until the Season of the Force. And that's going to have like kind of peaks at Star Wars Land, I think. And there's also going to be a Space Mountain overlay called Hyperspace Mountain, which is, they're going to project on the walls like you're flying with X-Wing fighters. And if you've ever gone in Halloween time, then they do like the Ghost Galaxy, where there's that galaxy that's really creepy that chases you around. I think it's gonna be like that, where they've set for like a galaxy and stuff. It's gonna be like an X-Wing, and I don't know if it chases you or if you're flying with it, what's gonna happen, but that sounds really cool. So that's all in 2016. I'm pretty excited. The other exciting announcement for Disneyland takes you across the Esplanade to California Adventure, where they are going to be upgrading the Soaring over California to Soarin' over the world. And they've been talking about this for years. Like I heard this rumor, oh gosh, when I was still like a freshman in high school, so it had to have been like 6, 7, 8 years, that they were going to put in a Soarin' over the world video when the Shanghai Disneyland Park opened, which I think it's opening next year. Oh my gosh. So they're finally putting in this video, and they've released a video on their website, the Disney Parks, like all of their platforms. I think it might be on YouTube. I know it's on their Facebook page because I watched it like 3 times and was amazed. Kind of like a behind the scenes of them filming the new Soarin' over the World video. So it's a camera is taking video of a camera on a helicopter for this Soarin' over the World video, and like at one point the helicopter dips down super close to the Great Wall of China, and I just think that looks so cool, and I'm super excited about it. I'm really just more excited about it. I love the video right now, and I'm definitely gonna miss smelling the oranges when you go over the orange grove, but I think that it's time for a change. There are 2 theaters, and I kind of wish that they would split it up so that one theater does Soarin' over the World and one theater does Soarin' over California, but that could be a huge issue with crowd control, because when Soarin' over the World comes out, not that many people are going to want to go to Soarin' over California if they were to do that. So they have to utilize both theaters, and maybe someday they'll bring it back, so that's the option. But I'm just really excited about it. I always love seeing new things, and yeah, I'm always sad when things go to Yesterland, but I don't know. Disney is kind of like the one thing that I'm like super excited about their changes for, where I'm just like, oh my god, yes, that sounds so cool. So those are the changes that they announced for Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California. There were a lot more changes announced for Disney World because it is huge. If you've never been there, be prepared, because you have to take buses to every park. I grew up, like I said, on the West Coast, so I'm used to there being Disneyland and then California Adventure, and then just this little Esplanade in between. That's not the case in Disney World. You have to take buses everywhere. You cannot walk in between the parks, and so park hopping was just a weird experience when I went, because I was so used to, like, I just feel like it was more actual hopping in Disneyland in California versus Disney World, where you have to wait for your bus to this one park, and you have to get on the bus, and you have to stand because it's always super crowded, and you gotta like go to your stop and get off, and it's just all convoluted and crazy. But I might make a video about that. I was so excited about this Disneyland, because like Disneyland is like my second home, that I just wanted to make this announcement. And of course I had to wear my Star Wars shirt that I got from Wet Seal. Why not? Alright. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, whatever you want to do with these videos. Read my blog, and keep in touch. I always like getting to know you guys and just kind of like chat. And I'm kind of super awkward online in my videos and sometimes in like messaging, but I mean, who isn't? So, hope you guys are, now I'm holding a pencil. Okay, have a fantastic day, night, evening, whatever, and you can just, you know? Alright, that's all I have to say.